Hello everyone, Metal Horror Gamer here, and E3 is finally over. I was planning to make a video for each press conference, but I've been working all fucking week, so I just haven't had time to work on any videos. So I guess I'll just skip right ahead to my rankings of E3. So, who won E3 2019 in my opinion? Let's jump in and find out. Here are the contestants in the battle for E3. We have EA, Microsoft, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Square Enix, and Nintendo. I'm excluding Devolver Digital because even though they had a fantastic show, it was a little too short and small scale. And I'm not adding the PC show because honestly, I didn't even get to watch it. So, enough explaining. Let's go over my rankings for E3 2019, starting from the worst to the best. And just for fun, after I list my rankings, I'm going to list my top 10 favorite games shown during this E3. I'm going to try to make this as fast as possible because it's been a long fucking week for me. Before I start, let me know your rankings for each press conference and your top 10 games shown in the comments because I'm really curious to see what people think about this year's E3. So on that note, let the countdown begin. Number 6. EA. Well, this was a no fucking brainer, am I right? EA had a terrible fucking show. There was no reason for them to be at E3 this year. The only game they had worth showing was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and even that felt a bit underwhelming. Other than that, there was just sports games and DLC. It was such a pointless E3. EA, stop showing FIFA and Madden at E3. Those games come out every fucking year. It's not exciting. Number 5, Ubisoft. Okay, Ubisoft wasn't anywhere near as bad as EA, but for me, they didn't show anything I was really interested in. I'm not a fan of Tom Clancy games, and they showed off 3 of them, and one of those games was a fucking mobile game. And then they showed off some game called Roller Champions, which I really don't care about. It could be fun, but at the moment, I just don't give a shit about it. But they did announce a new IP called Gods and Monsters, which caught my interest because I love Greek mythology, but it was just a teaser, so it didn't show enough to get me excited, but I do want to see more of that in the future. Their big announcement seemed to be the new entry into the Watchdog series, titled Watchdog Legions. Now, this one looked pretty damn cool, but I've never played the other Watchdog games, so again, it's hard to get excited for this game and all the others. So for me, the whole show was very underwhelming. I would have liked to see another game with Nintendo, or maybe more news on the next Assassin's Creed, or maybe anything else that isn't a Tom Clancy game. Number 4, Bethesda. Now, if you want to see a cringy press conference, tune in to Bethesda's conferences. They make so many lame jokes, and they show stupid shit like fans talking about the games. Like, who the fuck cares? Plus, it's hard to watch modern id Software employees say stupid shit like they invented the first-person shooter and show games like Wolfenstein and Doom, especially when none of those guys were even there when those games were fucking made. You're not John Carmack or John Romero. Stop acting like you guys had a part in it. But it gets even worse when all the cock-sucking sheep that won't get off their knees whenever Todd Howard comes out and starts spewing all his bullshit. Seriously, he makes low-key jokes about how Fallout 76 had a bad launch, and he admitted a while back ago that he knew that Fallout 76 was a broken, buggy game that wasn't anywhere near ready to ship, and they still scream and cheer and suck his dick. What is wrong with you people? But besides all the cringy shit, they did do some things right. I like that they are updating Fallout 76 and giving the few fans who still play it free content. It's supposed to fix the fucking game with NPCs and quests and other shit, because they seriously need to make it up to the fans for this train wreck of a game. So that's a start. But are you seriously being a fucking sheep and adding a battle royale mode? Show some fucking originality. Obviously, the best thing they showed was Doom Eternal, but that was a given. And yes, I already pre-ordered the collector's edition because I want that fucking helmet. Hopefully it won't be like Fallout 76 though. I don't want it to show up at my house and the helmet ends up being some cheap styrofoam helmet with a Doom sticker on it or some shit like that. I like that they're still supporting the Switch with more games, like Doom Eternal and Elder Scroll Blades, so that's always a plus. Since I have a PSVR now, I'm looking forward to Wolfenstein Cyberpilots. That should be a fun game. I honestly don't care about the other Wolfenstein games because I feel like they lost what made them awesome. The New Order and the Old Blood were fantastic games. But then the new Colossus came out and it seemed too focused on stupid shit rather than fun gameplay. So I've lost interest in the series. They showed off 2 new IPs that looked interesting. One of them being Deathloop. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to play, but we'll see how it comes along. The other IP being Ghostwire Tokyo. This game is being created by Shinji Mikami, the creator of Resident Evil and Evil Within. The trailer looked pretty damn badass, and I'll be keeping my eye on this one. They are bringing back Commander Keen, and it's a stupid mobile game. Why? The Keen games were really fun platformers, and this is what you do with it? And they had the nerve to say they are glad id Software trusted them to make a new Commander Keen game. Again, Tom Hall isn't there. Who the fuck at modern id Software gives 2 shits about Commander Keen? None of them worked on it. But really, throughout the whole conference, I was cringing and bored out of my mind. Doom was the best part of their conference. But other than that, there was pretty much nothing else to get excited about. So again, Bethesda ranks pretty low for me this year. Number 3, Microsoft. Yes, I know, I can't believe Microsoft is at number 3. Before E3 started, I was thinking that Microsoft was going to be in the top 2 easily. But even though they showed over 60 games, you need to remember, quality is better than quantity. They just didn't show what I wanted to see. I was hoping to see announcements for a bunch of new single-player IPs from all their developers that they bought recently. But nope, we didn't get that. I mean, come on, you bought Ninja Theory, a team known for making single-player experiences, and fresh off the fantastic Hellblade, and you have them making a fucking multiplayer game. Like, seriously, Microsoft, you clearly did not learn. You need more new IPs that are single player focused. Nintendo and Sony are torching your fucking ass in that department. Wasn't this the reason why you bought Ninja Theory? Seriously, you're fucking up already. Then you go off and show no footage of Gears Tactics. Not even a mention, like, what the fuck? Really? I really want to see more of Gears Tactics and at least maybe get a release date. Also, what the fuck is up with the lack of Gears 5 gameplay? All we saw was a stupid ass video where Kate's face is morphing. Like, why? You did show a new gameplay mode called Gears Escapes, but is that supposed to make up for it? Fuck no. And to make it worse, you had that shitty ass rap music over the trailer, making it basically unwatchable for me. I honestly wasn't a fan of the art direction that Battletoads is taking because it looks like the shitty new TMNT cartoon. I was hoping for something much better looking. It could be fun, but I just hate looking at it. For some reason, I just have no interest in Cyberpunk 2077, and Keanu Reeves doesn't make it any better. I just can't get into this game. I'm sure it's going to be awesome and a successful game and possibly game of the year when it comes out, but I just don't care about it. Nothing they have shown has gotten me excited for it. I'm sorry, I just don't care about Cyberpunk 2077. I thought the Lego DLC for Forza Horizon 4 looked pretty damn cool, and Ori and the Will of the Wisp looks fantastic as expected. Then they surprised me with the Blair Witch game because I was honestly not expecting that. And I called it. When I was watching the trailer with my wife, I said, and it showed that guy facing against the wall. I was like, what is this, a Blair Witch game? And then it comes out, Blair Witch. I'm like, oh, fuck, it is. I called it. I fucking knew it. And while it's cool that Microsoft is talking about their newest console, Project Scarlet, it's way too early, and there is not enough detail to get excited over it. On a side note, I love that code name. Scarlet is my daughter's name. And of course, you end it with a trailer for Halo Infinite. But it's just a trailer, and trailers don't usually get me excited unless there is gameplay shown. These aren't movies. I need gameplay. So even Halo was disappointing for me. Even though I am excited for the game, but come on, I need gameplay, or at least show us a video where the developers are working on it so we can get some small glances of the game from their monitors. Overall, I was expecting so much more from Microsoft. Sony wasn't here this year, and this should have been your year, but you flopped hard. My expectations were so high for your press conference because the way you were talking it up leading up to E3, I thought you had something up your sleeves, but then I noticed you were wearing a tank top. I was very depressed at how it turned out. It should have been so much better. Remember, Microsoft, quality over quantity. Just saying you have 60 games to show, but in reality, around 40 of those games were just indies that most fans don't care about. Look, I like indies, but they aren't system sellers. I'm just very disappointed, Microsoft. This should have been so much better. Number 2, Square Enix. This was so hard for me to put Square Enix here. I really wanted to put them at number 1, based solely on the Final Fantasy VII remake. It looks so fucking good. I like that they are still keeping a strategic form of gameplay for the combat. And for the crappy gamers who don't like strategy, there is still a more fast action version of the combat with shortcuts for them. I like that they gave us the choice. And then we finally got to see Tifa and how she plays. And oh my god, she looks so fucking perfect. I was so worried they were going to fuck up her look. But you came through, Square. While watching the gameplay, I could recognize monsters and locations. Like, oh my god, it's just so perfect. It's just so perfect. I'm so ready for this game. Sure, I hate that it's not going to be a complete game, but I'm so excited to play this. At first, I was not feeling the combat, but then you changed my mind during this E3. It looks fantastic. How could I not be excited for this game now? Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game of all time. And fuck yeah, you know I pre-ordered the First Class Edition. I really wanted that Cloud figure. Final Fantasy VII really is the main reason why Square made it up to number 2. But they also showed off the Avengers game, and that looked pretty damn good as well. I'm actually pretty excited for the game now, because I didn't know what to expect from that project. But it seems like it's going to be a big hit. I do like that they are re-releasing Final Fantasy VIII finally, but they are saying it's remastered because it sure doesn't look like it to me. It just looks like the PC version. And if it is, then hopefully you fix the fucking music. They also showed off a new IP called Outriders, which looks interesting, but still not enough information to get me on board as of yet. But really, Final Fantasy VII was the high point for me, and the rest felt kind of meh. If I was going to be a fanboy, I would have put Square at number 1, just because Final Fantasy VII. But sadly, the rest of the show just kind of flew under the radar for me. To be fair, I wasn't expecting much from the Avengers, but I was pleasantly surprised. But overall, it wasn't a bad show, I guess. But my choice for number 1 gave me multiple reasons to put them there. Number 1, Nintendo. So yes, Nintendo is at number 1 once again. But they showed me a lot of what I wanted to see. For starters, they showed me more of Luigi's Mansion 3, a game I've been asking for since the Wii U era. I love the Luigi's Mansion series, and I love the new additions they added, like a co-op mode with Gooigi. That's going to add some more depth to the game and level design. And being able to slam those fucking ghosts looks fucking awesome. I can't wait to do that. And I'm so pumped to play this game. We also got to see more of the remake of Link's Awakening, which looks fucking fantastic. Plus, we got to see more of Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3. I love this series, and I can't wait to play a new entry. We also got to see more of the roster. The one thing I don't like is that the costumes look more like the MCU version, but hopefully, like past entries, we will have multiple costumes to unlock. They showed us the new Animal Crossing, but who gives the fuck about that game? I'm sorry, but I feel that Animal Crossing is Nintendo's worst IP. It's just a game that looks so fucking boring. I'd much rather see a new Pikmin game. Fuck Animal Crossing, but I guess it's good for the fans of that series. Speaking of Pikmin 4, where the fuck is it at? They said it was all but complete for the Wii U, but then decided to not release it because the Switch was coming out. So where is this new and improved version for the Switch? They also confirmed that The Witcher 3 is coming to the Switch. How is that going to work? I have no fucking idea, but hey, it's there. I can't describe how much my jaw dropped when I saw the remake of Panzer Dragoon. That just came out of left field. I knew The moment I saw it, it was a remake of the original game, just by looking at the stage layouts, before they even said it was a remake. I mean, it looks a bit on the cheap side, but I'm still excited for it. I need more Panzer Dragoon in my life. They also announced 2 new characters for Smash, Dragon Quest Heroes and Banjo-Kazooie. Honestly, I don't care. Even though I do think Banjo is appropriate for Smash, I just haven't been excited for the DLC for Smash Ultimate. But since Microsoft is allowing Nintendo to use some IPs, can we please see Master Chief in Smash? Please, Microsoft, make it happen. Oh yeah, Resident Evil 5 and 6 is also coming to the Switch, which is neat, but the last piece of news that was shown is what really took the Direct to a new level, because I wasn't expecting it at all. A sequel to Breath of the Wild. I know I said trailers don't get me excited, but the prospect of a sequel to Breath of the Wild is fucking crazy. I just didn't see that coming. I figured they would make another Zelda eventually, but not a direct sequel to Breath of the Wild. If Nintendo didn't show that, I might have had to give the #1 spot to Square, just because I loved that Final Fantasy VII gameplay. But with all the games shown with actual gameplay and actual surprises like the trailer for Breath of the Wild 2, that just took it over the top. But believe me, it pains me not to put Square at #1 because Final Fantasy VII looks so fucking awesome. So there you go, guys. There's my E3 ranking. Nintendo wins E3 2019. But wait, there's more. Now it's time for my top 10 games shown at E3. Number 10, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Number 9, Halo Infinite. Number 8, Panzer Dragoon Remake. Number 7, The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Number 6, Marvel's Avengers. Number 5, Marvel's Ultimate Alliance 3. Number 4, Doom Eternal. Number 3, Breath of the Wild 2. Number 2, Luigi's Mansion 3. Number 1, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Looking at the games like this, it makes sense why Nintendo is #1 for me. In my top 10 list, I have 5 games for the Switch listed, and only 2 from Square, and 1 from Bethesda, Microsoft, and EA. So Nintendo really deserves the #1 spot this year. Ever since the Switch has came out, Nintendo has been killing it. It's a complete 180 from the Wii U. I love seeing so many developers showing support for the Switch. So that's it. That is my ranking for E3 and my top 10 games shown. Again, let me know yours in the comments. And also, what did you guys think of E3 this year? Was it still worth watching, or is it time for every publisher to forget E3 and start making their own direct style videos? Let me know. So that's it for me. I need some rest because this week has sucked thanks to work. I'm so fucking tired. I need to get my ass to SeaWorld. I also still need to go watch fucking Godzilla. But moving on, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a like if you did. And if you didn't, well then leave a dislike. Every like and share is appreciated. And if you want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. And if you want to see what I'm thinking or doing or just want to chat, follow me on Twitter. Link will be down below. And as always, stay safe out there and keep on gaming, gamers.